Hi there, today I'm in my garden and I'm going to plant some more flower seeds. I have already planted a lot of flowers in the garden this summer or this spring and early summer, and I'm going to keep planting. I am going to keep planting even through July. I also want to talk about just give updates on the things I've planted so far. There's a lot of things that I've planted so far that are doing well, and I want to share those how those are doing so far. So far I have planted, as I said, a lot of things, but today first I want to share what I'm going to plant today. I have planted Celosia. These are from saved seeds from last year, and I got some of these started in little trays, but I didn't really watch them well and they got overwatered, so they didn't make it. So I'm gonna plant these Celosia. These saved seeds from Floret last year. I've also got a Johnny's seed pack of Celosia from, these are called Pampas Plume. I want to plant these today, and then I want to plant some Strawflowers. I have planted these in one other area, and I'm going to plant them on the other side of my garden. I've got one little area that is not, there's nothing there, so I want to go ahead and get that started to see if I can have anything bloom in that area, possibly by August. So I've got other Zinnias and Cosmos in that area, and I just want to have something in the front that's shorter. So so those are the things that I want to plant today. Also, I want to go around and show you the things that I have that are something I'm really excited about. The Dahlias that I planted, the Floret Dahlias that I started in March. I will try to link that video. I started those in March by seed, probably mid-March, and I got my first bloom this week. So last year I planted the Floret Dahlias, and I planted them over here. I think the soil was too compact, or they weren't getting enough sun or something, but they only got the Dahlia, the whole plant probably never got taller than 2 feet, and they were 5 months in, and I just knew that something wasn't right. But so far the ones I planted have some of them are about 3 feet tall, and some are growing a little bit slower, but they look good. So even if those are shorter, they still have blooms. So that's my first time having, well, some of the ones back here bloomed last year, but they were just very small, and they were supposed to be anywhere from 4 to 6 feet tall. So I knew that something was just not right. So I moved them to a different location where they got more sun. I'm trying not to overwater them, and anyway, I'm excited about that. We live in an area where lots of little airplanes come over, so yeah, I guess I wouldn't notice that during the week because I'm not here. But anyway, what I was gonna say too is it is really hot right now. I try to come out in the garden at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. I really don't do a whole lot during the day. Well, I'm not here for one thing, but on the weekends I try to get caught up, or after work I come home after work and do a few things like pull some weeds, check on things, water things. But we've been getting a lot of rain, so we honestly haven't had to water the garden very much, which is a good thing. But then sometimes that can lead to like mold like powdery mildew. That's what I was going to say. Powdery mildew on like zinnias and other flowers. So I have noticed a little bit of that, and I've been trying to just I probably overplanted a couple areas, like too many seeds, so I've pulled up some of those sections so they can get more airflow and won't get mildew on the plants. But what the other thing I was going to say is July is a good time to still start planting flowers, or even vegetables. If you plant vegetables, you just have to see how long it's going to take them to produce flowers. Look at the seed packs and just make sure you look at that so you can, it's not too late. Trucks. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I'm going to plant some Celosia seeds, some Strawflowers. I'm actually going to reseed a few sunflowers. My sunflowers are not doing well this year. I think it's birds and squirrels eating them as soon as I get them planted, because I have seen the shells kind of scattered around, but I don't know. I usually have sunflowers that are pretty tall at this point, and I have a few that are about 3 feet tall. So, you know, it is what it is. One more thing I want to plant. Don't know if I'll plant it today, or but I have some beans that I want to plant. I have this trellis that I moved and that I got from Costco. I have this trellis that I moved that I got from Costco last year, and I thought I want to plant these beans. These beans that they harvest in 50 days. So in August I'll have beans. So anyway, I want to do that, and I wanted to share this soaker hose that I got from Amazon. I have one of these already. It's flat and it's like this thick fabric. I do almost feel like the one that I got last year has a small leak in it, but what I like about it is it's really flexible and it's quiet. So the other ones that I have are just loud, which I guess that doesn't matter, but these are just so quiet. Like the water just drips out of it, and it's real flexible, so you can put it in different like configurations around flowers, vegetables, trees, shrubs, whatever. So I got this on Amazon. I think it was on sale for $15, so that's not too bad. Anyway, so I think I already said this, but it's not too late to plant for July. It's not too late to plant for the summer. Although, you know, because anything you get, you can just check the seed pack. But I'll, you know, maybe do another video on that later to share types of flowers that bloom pretty fast, especially with it being so hot, and just some heat-loving flowers that you could plant that would, you know, you could plant, they would germinate and bloom before the summer's over. So I'm going to get started planting, and I will update on some other things shortly. So that was pretty quick. I just planted those right here behind me. I'm going to try to talk over a weed eater. But I just planted those right here behind me and just pressed them into the soil. I just pressed them into the soil, and then I'm going to just water those. The seeds are tiny. They're just like little pieces of pepper or salt. So I just sprinkled them over, pressed them down. I didn't really bury them in the dirt. So anyway, it is hot, so I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to show you a couple things that have well, mostly the dahlias, and a couple things around the garden, especially if you are new and haven't seen my garden. Just I kind of walk around and show you. I usually try to time these around mowing, but it's hard. It's really hard. You never know when everyone's gonna mow. So anyway, okay. If you are new, this is the I guess oldest side of my garden. I have a lot of perennials planted right here that I planted probably 1 to 1.5 years ago. The daisies bloomed the first time this year. The echinacea bloomed the first time this year, and they are so much fun. They're so pretty. The daisies are just like, they just keep blooming. I just could not be happier with those. And then the black-eyed Susans. Behind that, I have, let's see, Cosmos and a little patch of Zinnias that are kind of slow, and a few little tiny sunflowers in the back. On this side, I have some tiny sunflowers in the back that just have not taken off yet. More black-eyed Susans, a patch of Zinnias and Cosmos, a new patch of Zinnias, and a little basil patch, and some Strawflowers, and just some other little like seeds that I bought. Over here I have some caladiums that I planted, I think in March, and then this is where I just planted the new Strawflower and Celosia. On this side of the garden I have some little baby watermelons, dahlias, a little zinnia patch that's coming up that's new, a zinnia patch that's been here maybe a month, and then I have some tithonia, Mexican sunflower, and more Mexican sunflower on this side. So back over here, here's what I wanted to share is the dahlia update. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dahlias that I planted. These are floret dahlia seeds from last year. I planted them last year. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Okay. Well, okay, so I'll share a picture of these. They bloomed this week, and I am so excited. I got another one that's getting ready to bloom right here this week. So those are doing really well. Here is the trellis that I got from Costco. I got it last year. So right here is this trellis. I had it behind that planter over there, and didn't really need to have it back there. So I moved it over here, and I'm going to plant these, let's see, these burpee green beans in that spot. Okay, so I finished planting the, it's hot, sorry, my hair's like stuck to me. Okay, so I finished planting the seeds that I wanted to plant today, and I just gave you little updates on some things or what I have growing, And the dahlias are probably one of the most, like, my favorite things this year. It makes me want to like almost do like a whole entire bed of those next year. But I'll have tubers next year, and if I store them and save them properly, then I can just replant those, if I can figure out the best way to do that. So anyway, yeah, I gave some updates, and if you made it to the end, thank you for watching. I typically do similar kind of videos every week, just trying to like enjoy the peaceful, quiet mood of the garden while I plant some things. And so anyway, thanks again. See you next time.